Hi, I'm Coach Lindsay Allison, the head varsity coach of Oliver Ames Softball. I'm super excited. We had 2 years where we were Davenport champs. We split with Foxborough, so with a lot of talent back in our field, we're hoping to go for the third one in a row. So very excited to get back and be in the mix for the Davenport, and also just get the amount of wins we needed just to get into state tournament again. That's kind of a goal of ours every year, is to be a team that is always having enough wins to make it to tournament. So we do a lot of situations in practice, so like just live situations with runners, so that when the athletes are on the field in a game, it's like comes naturally, right? So as soon as they get the ball, they know what to do. It's just like it's something they've done 100 times before, so it just comes like second nature. Even in those situations, it's just mentally preparing yourself. So what happens? And a lot of times the players will ask me, so what happened in this situation? Should I do this or this? And we just replay it over and over again, so that because every situation, even in that tiny situation, is different. So just kind of getting them to up their IQ, their softball IQ, and get them ready physically. Like we do a lot of agility drills, we do a lot of running, so that kind of stuff, and just getting them to bond as a team and get used to each other, because they're all usually playing on other club teams throughout the summer and stuff. So kind of getting them back together as a squad and getting along and knowing each other and trusting each other to be where they need to be. We lost a few key seniors last year for sure. Some speed, some bats, offensive power, but it's the thing, like hopefully you plan ahead to have somebody ready for the next year, which is what I was able to do, or just look for even at JV. Like some of the kids aren't JV, I was already looking at last year as somebody I could see filling in to some of those spots this year. So that's kind of what happened. We got a nice core of young kids who are stepping into those spots, and even some returning players who are in different spots this year, just staying in the lineup because their bat's important. So yeah, we have I'd say 3 people who are able to pitch on the team, which is great. Taylor is a senior captain. She's usually a starting pitcher. Ryan pitched for JV last year, McKinley, and Piper's a freshman that we pulled up this year. Hopefully get some innings as well, in hopes for continuing next year as well. So hockey is the most competitive league in the state in almost all sports, but especially softball. We've got Taunton and King Philip are contending for state titles every year in Division I. And then in just the Davenport alone, so Sharon moved to the big this year, and that was kind of like something that made the tilt for us in the Davenport a little bit different. So there's no weak link, as you would say, out in the Davenport. Everybody's strong, everybody's somebody that we need to focus every game to beat, play through 7, no errors, all mental, that kind of stuff. So our fielders work really hard at their craft. We have a really solid infield. Our middle infield is really strong, really quick, and they're probably 2 of our better bats in the field, Katie Berg and Devon Morris. And then the outfield this year has been working really hard to fill in the shoes. I think we're going to have a great season. We have a really great culture. These kids work hard, and they really enjoy being around each other. They enjoy being on the field, and they enjoy, bettering themselves every day. So come on out and check a game, and I think you won't be disappointed.
Hi, my name is Taylor Marino. I'm a captain for OA Softball. I'm a senior and I'm a pitcher. I am super excited for this season. It's pretty much a whole new group of girls. We're all really getting to know each other, and I'm just excited to see where the season takes us. I love the competition. The Hawk is such a great league, and I am just excited to see how we do and how we tackle the obstacles and how we celebrate the victories. Yeah, the preseason it's been a grind, I won't lie. We've been working really hard. We're kind of getting to know not just like our bond as like friends or like girls, but also like the way our team like gels together in the field. I think we lost, I think it was like 7 seniors last year, and they were pretty big parts of our team. So, we have almost a whole new outfield, a lot of new faces in the infield. So, we've just been kind of getting to know how each other, receiving throws from each other, how everyone else hits, reading like how the ball flies off the bat, like off my pitches or something like that. It's been a grind, but it's been like a good grind, if that makes sense. And I'm just super excited to get into games. This team, we've already worked so hard, and we're workers. So I just think it's definitely going to pay off. Yeah, I think we're going to do really good. I don't think a lot of people expect a lot from us, but I think we are going to surprise a lot of people, and I think like I said before, like with the obstacles and the victories, we're gonna work through it, and we're just gonna come out better in the end, you know. So I'm really excited just overall of just getting into games and seeing how everyone does. Playing games, it's so much fun, especially with this group. Everyone's so sweet, everyone's so nice. You know, we've already really bonded together as a team, and I'm just excited to see where that takes us. I mean, personally, for me, it's always been making the outs when I can. You know, I'm part of every play, so just helping my job is to help my team, right? And, you know, not give up home runs because that's not going to help my team. So, you know, minimizing walks, getting girls to hit balls to my teammates and letting them feel cleanly, and just overall pitch my best, do my best. It's my senior year. I want to enjoy it. And then in terms of at the plate, I would like to maybe maintain more power this year. I've worked really hard over the winter. I do know that on my hitting especially. So I think all that work is going to pay off, and I'm very excited to see how that goes. You know, being a captain, it's really special, but it's also kind of a challenging role because you have to be a mature figure and almost a maternal figure to some of the kids, especially like the younger freshmen. You know, I have a joke. I'm like they're like my little sisters. They're like my kids. You know, I feel like a really deep sense of caring for them, which is like really funny, and I've like never felt this way about these kids before. But
like the team mom.
yep, they're just, you know, you need to be mature. You know, you need to know when you need to get serious, but you also need to know when you're having fun, and you know, you also need to be available. Like they'll call me and Devon up and be like, Devon, T, can you like give me a ride somewhere? And you know, I'm not going to leave them hanging. So it's been. And, you know, also it's taught me how to be like a good leader, you know, to stay calm, cool, collected in like a pressure situation. You know, as a pitcher, I'm kind of used to that, but now I need to help teach that. Me and Devon need to help teach that with the whole team. So it's definitely new, but it's been such a valuable experience, and it's been an honor doing it. I just want to thank my parents, my mom and my dad especially. They are my support system, and they've been through every single little thing with me. My coaches, Coach Allison, Coach Doulette, Coach Kelly, Coach Walsh, you know, they've been really amazing. They've been with me in my best moments during the season and my worst moments of the season. So, and thank you to my teachers and my friends and my family. Just I've had a great support system throughout my softball career and my life, so just everybody. If you can't make it to the games in person, tune in on ECAT. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Devon Morris and I'm a captain of the Oliver Ames Softball team. I am a senior and I play second base. I'm super excited for this season. I feel like even though we have a really young team, we're all like already really bonded together, and I'm just excited to see like how like the friendships turn out, and just excited to be all back together again for the last time. I mean, it's definitely pretty hard. We lost 7 like really key parts of our team last year, but the new girls that we picked up are definitely like some of the sweetest girls that have come into OA softball, and I think that the transition's going pretty well. I mean, it's definitely going to have some bumps, but it's going pretty smoothly so far. I think our team is actually pretty good this season. I mean, I'm hoping for a three-peat of the Davenport championships. That would be pretty nice to end off the senior year, and with this team, I definitely think that it's a possibility, so really excited for that. I mean, I think one of the strengths of OA softball as like a program is the relationships. I mean, all the girls are super close. They're some of my best friends, and it's a program that we've been playing with the same girls for like almost 10 years now, so the relationships and the bonds are really special. So a personal goal for me is to definitely have an over 300 batting average. I've been able to manage it for the past 3 years, so I'm hoping to continue that. And I mean, also have pretty good game in the middle infield with Katie Berg. I think we're going to be a really good power duo this year, and I'm hoping to minimize the errors and just have a really good season together. Definitely, yeah. I mean, I feel like stepping into these shoes, we had 7 seniors last year, and the 2 seniors before, stepping into their shoes it's a really big job, and you don't think of it until you're in that position. And it's like something that I was really scared of in the beginning, but now I'm just so happy that it's my job. I mean, I love all the girls, so it's pretty easy when you love everybody around you. I mean, I'd love to thank all of my coaches that have been with me through this whole time, my family, especially my Nana. I mean, Nana's always a big part here, as OA Softball knows. And yeah, especially Coach Allison. She's been with me for the past 4 years, been with her since I was a little girl, and she's really just brought me to who I am today. So yeah, thank you to all the coaching staff, my friends, my family, my teachers, everyone with me along the way. Make sure to tune in on OA Softball on ECAT.